Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, first, before I start, can I get a one if you can hear me clearly? Can I get a one? How's the sound? How's the sound? How is the sound? Good. Good. All right, guys. Just give me. Okay. Great. Very good. Very good. Very good. So, guys, today we're going to be working on production. We're setting up some shelves today, and we have the equipment, but we typically use that equipment for other work. But fortunately, we invest a lot in our equipment. Right now, I'm using it off the laptop camera, but we have a high-end camera right here. I have one of the most expensive Nikons on the market, um, and that's just because we do a lot of shooting. We do sessions. I've shot production posters for movies, featured movies. I have billboards in Hollywood, as a matter of fact. I don't know if that billboard's still up, but it was for the movie True to the Game 3. And I actually shot the campaign for that movie, starring Vivica A. Fox, Jeremy Meeks, Erica Peoples, Columbus Short. I mean, it was an all-star cast. And if you go to my IG page, you may see some of the photos. But yeah, I shot the movie for True to the Game, the movie True to the Game. I don't know who saw the movie, but the movie's available. You can go ahead and download the movie. You can watch it, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, before we get into talking about the case and everything, I want to give people opportunity to get in here. I have a few things I want to say before I start the uh, the talk. First of all, I want to send my condolences out to Regina King. She Those who know Regina King, she's a Hollywood actress. Her son Eon Alexander committed suicide, and he was 26 years old. Um, it's pretty sad. Pretty sad. I listened to Dr. Sherry Blake give testimony, and she said that that age is the age where suicide is suicide is pretty high. So yeah, I want to give my send my condolences out to the family of Regina King. As I said, her son Eon passed on as a result of suicide, and just wanted to say that that's kind of sad when you hear young people are taking their lives like that. Pretty sad. All right, guys. So the case has concluded in the sense that the case hasn't concluded. The both parties, the plaintiff and the defense, rested their case yesterday. Not before we saw an interesting. Well, I didn't stay for the video of the young lady that was shown to have placed a beer bottle in her vaginal area, and I have an issue with them showing that, and I'll tell you why. Uh, the defense presented it first, and I'm like saying that, okay, you guys could have actually stipulated that the girl in the video is not Cardi B. I didn't see the point in them doing that, and I think the jury may look at that as to, you know, maybe that was done for some type of theatrics. It's or they were trying to say that it could be misconstrued that the girl in the video could have been Cardi, but if the girl testified, not testified, but came out, I want to say that was Luna Bell. She came out and said that that wasn't hers. That was You can't really rest on that and say that, well, she thought that that particular video could have been Cardi B when the girl came out and said that wasn't Cardi B, and there was evidence to support that that wasn't Cardi B, just based on all the tattoos that Cardi has. That is pretty prominent on the internet. She has a very big peacock on her thigh. She has a tattoo of Hennessy on her arm. She has other tattoos on her arm. And the girl in the video clearly is not the girl, Cardi B. And something else I noticed with the footage, I didn't stay for it. When I say this girl was bucket naked, she was bucket naked in the video. And I'm wondering, like, you guys actually couldn't stipulate that the girl in the video wasn't Cardi B, opposed to putting it out there. I don't know. But once the defense opened that door, it it was incumbent upon Cardi's team to address the things that that the defense showed to the jury, and it was a masterful cross. And you can see that while they're trying to, the defense is trying to portray the girl, it could have been construed as Cardi. No, because you can look at the video again. I didn't stay for the porn. I left. I left the courtroom. I didn't stay for the porn. And I'm sure it's pretty uncomfortable for the jurors to watch that. Please remember to subscribe. Those are here. Hit the subscribe button, and also hit your notification so whenever I go live, you guys can actually get the notification. I will be doing a serious upgrade today, and doing some other cool stuff. Just had to put it everything, grab everything, because I have tons of cameras. When I say cameras, I have cameras. I have high end, I have mirrorless, I have because I keep my bodies. I'm a camera collector of sorts. So yeah, we just have to put all the tools together and to make it do what it do. And I'm actually shout out to Tiffany. Shout out to Tiffany. Tiffany is my moderator, and she will take you out if you do the wrong thing. Shout out to Tiffany. Okay. All right. That's good, Johnny. Shout out to Johnny. I subscribed a week ago. All right. So I think that presenting that video when the defense did it, it could pose a problem with the jury. But we'll see. But it was a lot that went on prior to that presentation of evidence. And I'm still wrestling with the fact that the defense didn't think it was prudent enough to have the husband take the fifth on testifying in the trial. There were two things that could have been done in this instance, because Kiwi Studios is being sued. From me speaking to legal minds, I'm told that they would have easily been able to show that because Tasha K was being sued by Cardi, he could not testify in the trial that would incriminate him in some way, or his wife, because they have a right to well, she would have to kind of defend herself. He wasn't named. She would have to defend herself. And for him to get on the stand, and these are criminal defense attorneys, they do know, self-incrimination and the exclusion of a spouse in a lawsuit and or criminal case is something prudent that the judge would probably rule in favor of. But they thought it was smart to put the husband on and to depose him. Now, I don't know if he could have got around the deposition. I don't know. And if there's any lawyers here that's watching that, could he have got around the deposition? I don't think he could have, because if he was subpoenaed, he would have to give testimony, and they could have probably read that in court. But again, I would defer that question to the attorneys. But what I thought was pretty odd was, and it's not something that I'm saying, it was said in court, that you would actually refute your husband's testimony. I would think that even if the lawyers didn't talk to him about his testimony, you're with him every night, and you should have just said, "Hey, I'm going to say." Well, I don't think she even knew that was going to come out when the Sarah asked her about the email in question that was sent out by the Grandison, which is Cardi's former attorney. He sent the email out, and they responded. I say they because one is pointing fingers at the other. So no, we don't know who sent the email out. We know she says Tasha says she doesn't have access. First, she says she doesn't have access to his phone, but she says she only has access to his phone when his password is not in there. When it's open. So I'm like, so you're locking phones. You're in a marriage, but you're locking phones. So you don't know what's in his phone. He doesn't know what's in your phone. I don't know. I don't know if I would buy that. I don't know if a jury would buy that because, like if you're husband and wife, why are you guys locking your phones? I just don't understand that logic. But all that, all that was said in front of the jury, they're going to weigh all this, and their jury charges. We're going to do a recap on the jury charges because it'll probably be the jury charges and lunch, or jury charges, and then they go into to deliberations, and then we'll come out. I'm bringing a legal expert in to talk about the charges and the closing argument, and we're going to do a deep dive into what the jury must consider in rendering a verdict in this case. So we're going to bring again Brittany Dobbins in to talk about that, and I think that it's very important that we look at this case. Look at this case. For me, I felt part of this case. Cardi actually won. Definitely in the public. She won in the public because all the things that were said about her, they have been successfully refuted by the lawyers for Cardi, but more importantly, by Tasha K, by her own words. So this case is probably more about what she admitted on the stand than how masterful the attorneys for Cardi B were able to extract that information. So I think that I think this is going to be an open and shut. But again, you never know. The opening wasn't good for the defense. But let's see what the closing is going to look like. And I'm sure they're working on that right now. They're probably working on the closing while looking at the stream right now. Working on their closing and looking at the stream. But we'll see. We'll see. So let's see what else we want to talk about on this particular case and how bad it went. Hold on. There was a lot of stuff that went on, but there was a lot of I would say deflection. I think one of the things that I heard in this case could probably be a website. It could probably be a website, and it was said so much it might lead to be an actual website. I don't understand the question, or can you repeat the question? You know who made those? That may be a website. I don't understand the question, or can you repeat the question? It was said so much, I just thought it should be a website of T-shirts. I don't know. Someone, one of the subs said earlier, and I kind of responded to him or her. I don't know if it's a him or her, but I ain't seen no pictures or anything. But he or she made a valid point that while Cardi probably has won in the the public, but she still should receive justice through the courts. And I agree, that's why they're here. Cardi doesn't need the money, but it definitely, if you wrong someone, there should be a penalty. In this instance, if you wrong someone, there should be a penalty. And I think that this case is going to ring bells all over the country. All over the country, it's going to ring bells. The outcome is going to ring bells because we saw a lot. We saw a lot. And by the way, shout out to those jurors who have violated the judge's order by not looking at YouTube videos, because I know you're probably looking at it too, because you guys don't have nothing else to do but think about this case, because this is a pivotal case. And hopefully you guys will grant me an interview, any one of you. If you're willing to grant an interview to me, send an email to news@hiphopinquirer.com. Send an email to news@hiphopinquirer.com. That's for the jurors. I just want to put that out there. All right, guys, I'm gonna read some of this. Lovely T, yeah, she's so classy. She's classy in the sense that she once she said I'm done with this person, she was done with that person. She didn't go back and forth, and no, she was done. She was done data. She's not talking to her. She realized at that right after that audio came out that that was not a friend, and it was quite evident during the testimony where Tasha K said, well, the lawyer asked her, Sarah asked her, do you normally record your friends or something to that effect? Oh, why did you record? Right? Why did you record Lovely T? Didn't you consider her a friend? Well, at that time, I really didn't. I felt uncomfortable. I really didn't see her to be a friend, so I just recorded her. Um, was that like, or and I'm saying this? Did she decide just to record her because she felt some way? But then when you listen to the recording, it sounded like you were setting her up. You were trying to get something out of her, and you were also trying to incorporate her in your scheme, so to speak. you know, it appeared that when you start saying we did this, we did that, you were trying to incorporate in whatever idea you had about trying to. I don't know what you thought you were gonna get out of it, but yeah, I don't know. You were trying to defend yourself, like you're trying in the courtroom to defend yourself, and I'm going to lean to believing 100% that Tasha K made that post against her attorneys, against her attorney Olga, because everything she's doing in the court is like, I mean, or the person who wrote it, which I really believe was Tasha, they're doing pretty much exactly what you wrote in the letter. You're not you're not taking the advice of your attorney. You can't you want. Let me tell you what she did. Also, this is interesting. What she did also, she doing while she's on the stand, and Sarah, and I'm calling her Miss Motts. I'm gonna call you Miss Motts because I don't know you personally, so I'm gonna call you Miss Motts, and I want to put respect in your name. It's easier, to just put respect in your name. But she's on the stand, and she's calling, she's talking to Sarah. She's calling her by her first name, and I thought that was poor courtroom decorum in that you don't know this woman. Then you start saying that during the deposition, you two she was being combative towards you, and I thought that was pretty odd. That you having a beef with a lawyer that you don't even know, you having a beef with a rapper that you don't even know, but you trying to insinuate that you and her she was being combative towards you. I mean, I would like to see the video of the deposition. I'm sure the judge is not going to release it, but looking at the video of the deposition would be telling, because I've looked at tons of videos of depositions in trial, and I would say that video would be telling. Now, it may be a point where as a member of the press, we can this is public info. This is public. Looking at that video may be of great public interest, and we may want to just try to obtain it. We may file a motion, have one of the attorneys file a motion, our attorneys, to get a copy of the video to look at the deposition, because there was so much testimony about this deposition. I want to see Shakna deposition where he says no, he doesn't see. No, he doesn't send out emails. Then I want to see a side by side of Tasha K where she testifies he does send out emails. And maybe we could do a kind of a mashup. Like, you got a lot of creative video editors out there. You could put something creative together, because that was pretty odd. And what else was also odd was when she came back from the lunch break, they wanted to know who was the attorney that she got the advice from that told her that the cease and desist letter was a fraud. I want to know who's the attorney's first name, last name, and if they actually are barred in DC. She came back from lunch and gave she said the attorney's name. What was the attorney's name? She didn't get a last name. So That could have been anybody, or it could have been nobody, which I'm thinking is probably nobody. I mean, she said my attorney has the email address. Uh, you should have probably had a little sticky pad with the email address on it, and then perhaps we can send an email to verify is that attorney even. We can just look that if they're barred in DC, go look them up on the bar through the bar association. I mean, it was just weird. It was just weird. Her whole testimony, and at first she said she didn't want to provide the name. She felt uncomfortable. I'm like, you feel uncomfortable about providing a lawyer's name that could have helped you. This is a officer of the court, so you felt bad. You didn't want to provide it. Well, the judge looks at her, Miss Miss Keeby, answer the question. Like, come on now, answer the question. And she said, "Well, I don't know." When he said answer the question, her answer response was, "Well, I don't know her name. I got to look at my phone." But she's your lawyer friend. She's your friend. But we know how Tasha K feels about friends. But this one, you don't even know her name, but you presented to the court that was actually your friend, a lawyer friend that gave you legal advice. You had a lawyer friend that you don't remember her name that gave you legal advice about a cease and desist. Let that sink in for a minute. You have a lawyer that's giving you legal advice on a case that probably could have bankrupted you, but you don't remember her name. Because at first you said that, you said in your to your subscribers that was actually you had my attorney said this. Because you know what they would do? Okay, so if that was your attorney, they would actually have to file a notice of appearance, or they would have to have a letter of engagement between the client and the attorney. So you're going to have to provide. She knew she would have had to provide some type of substantial documentation to prove that lawyer was her attorney. Well, she didn't do that. And like when people say, "I got an attorney," I got an attorney. Okay, okay. What's your attorney's name? What's your attorney's name? Because my attorneys, I can say it. My attorney, I can show you the invoice. Yeah, this is my attorney. I got a pretty good attorney. I have a few good attorneys. Shout out to Drew Finley because he kicks butt. Shout out to Ashley Dawkins. He kicks butt as well. Shout out to Miley Davis. He kicks butt as well. So yeah, yeah. So when you say you got an attorney, make sure you can be able to. They'll come into court for you. Make sure they come to court for you. Let's stop all the fronting because we can verify. Hey, get her out of here. Get out of here. We just want to just um, make note that it's important that when you tell your subscribers something, at some point you got to back that up. And the backup part is in the court. Basically, she was saying she was lying about everything. Anyway, I'll read some of these questions here. I just let's see if I have anything that stands out. Nothing's standing out right now. Okay, hold on. Hold on here. Let's see who has a question here. Yeah, that's sad. The suicide was really sad. That's pretty sad. And listening to Dr. Blake, she pointed out some of the causes of how this happens, and yeah, losing your child is just so awful. Someone said, "Why hasn't YouTube removed the videos?" Well, that's why we're in the court to find out. Well, not to find out why YouTube didn't remove it, but why she didn't remove it. Yeah, I would agree. She is in over her head. Let's see. I'm kind of going through some of these questions real quick here. Yeah, releasing that showing that video to the jury, I don't know if that was really good. Okay. Someone said Cardi B lawyer Sarah was a weak cross examiner. She didn't know how to deal with black obnoxious defendants and her stalling lies and time wasting in court. Were you in court, S1? Were you in court? Let me tell you what I saw the strategy to be. The lawyer doesn't have to say anything. The lawyer wants to the jury to watch her, Tasha K, want to watch Tasha K train wreck her own case. So the lawyer's not going to go back and forth. That would be stupid because the jury will say, well, maybe Tasha's right. The lawyer's going back and forth. Digital swag. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, so you the absence of her responding to Tasha K was pretty smart because Tasha was trying to trigger the lawyer and she was trying to trigger Cardi by some of the things she said. Like she said at one point, I'm gonna kind of demonstrate what she did. When she was giving her testimony, she said, well, me and Cardi, we got our thing going on pretty much. I'm like, wait, what are you talking? You got a thing going on with Cardi. Yo, guys, it's not, no, you got a thing going on with Cardi. Don't make it seem like to the jury that you're two girls that had a friendship that fell out. Cardi doesn't even know you. She doesn't even know you. She didn't want to give you an interview. She thought it would not be productive. Her management team told her not to do it. So yeah, I mean, trying to attach yourself to her, you were trying to attach yourself to her in the courtroom, but it wasn't working. We saw that. And then I'm gonna tell you something else that I thought was pretty bad. When Tasha K said on the stand, when the question was getting too tough for her, she was like, I answered the question. I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm looking at the marshals like, you might have to run over there and calm this woman down because she was getting like ready to put those bowls on the lawyer. I'm like, oh, I hope this don't go down. Well, then I hope it do because I know those they probably stun gun to understand. Okay, calm down, Miss Kiwi. You're not going to fight the lawyer. Now, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, like you said in the courtroom, and you kind of showed what I saw. What you showed was that you can possibly engage in some kind of violence towards the lawyer. The way you responded to her, I don't want to, I want to be respectful for you, but I don't want to lose my cool. I'm like, okay, this is not going well. So everyone in the courtroom are looking at each other like, did she just say that? Like, never lose your cool on the witness stand. Never lose your cool on the witness stand. Never lose your cool. Do me a favor, guys. I want to say something else. And I want everybody to get together here. I need about 300, it's 1,200 people in here. Just give me 300 likes. That's all. Just give me 300 likes. Just give me 300 likes. Because if you're not gonna give me 300 likes, at least 300 likes, I got things to do. I could be I ain't gonna go on the golf course. It's pretty cold out there. Oh, by the way, listen, guys, if you're in Atlanta and you know how to play a piano, I'm trying to get some lessons. I just bought a piano, but I need lessons. If you're in the Atlanta area, I need someone to link up with me because I'm trying to get these lessons on this piano. I'm selling the piano. I actually bought it at an auction. It was pretty nice. It was baby grand. But I want to learn how to play it. I'm in midlife. I'm going through midlife crisis, and I need to be able to, sit down and just get my Liberace on. But so if you're in Atlanta, you ain't just coming over to the spot. We're going to make sure you know how to play the piano first. I need to see video. So yeah, how about that? I appreciate the likes, guys. Please get in there and just like it, please. This is encouragement, and I got a lot of encouragement to do these videos because I typically wasn't going live. I've done a lot of video, but usually I'm behind the camera. But in this instance, I'm looking at some of the comments and I'm appreciating them because you know what? That gives me a opportunity to at least think about venturing into doing this more frequently. But because I move around so much in what I do, it might not be as easy because I had to be out there to get the story. I literally had to be out there. I had to travel to different jurisdictions to cover different cases. And after this case is over with, I have to cover another federal case. And then I had to travel to another jurisdiction. I'm not going to tell you where I had to go until I get there. So it's very important that uh, the support coming in is the motivation for me to do what I do. Shout out to BDHU 2001. I don't know what that code is, but thank you. Appreciate you. And hold on. I think I missed someone. No, I got you. I got you. So, yeah, I would come on and do these more often. It's just that I can't be online all the time because I'm not really getting the work done because I have to be out there to get the work and then bring it back to you. And it's important that we have boots on the ground in what we do. And you really can't get the story unless you knock on doors, interview people, do research, and then bring back the story. I know a lot of you don't like say, just put it out. It's entertainment. Let's just put it out there. Put it all out there. We don't care if it's real. We don't care if it's true. I can't work like that. I just don't work like that. I'm gonna have to put some work in it. Thank you, Siobhan Riggins. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I got a new grandbaby, so you know what? That's gonna come a long way. Yes. Also, let me put this out there too. And when you people say, why is he putting his cash app in there? Why is he doing this? Because guess what? I invest in my equipment. I invest in what I do. I mean, I bring content back to you, but it costs for me to get the content. I may have to fly out. I'm going to have to fly out back to New York and Chicago and Minneapolis because of what I do. So guess what? You guys are just supporting the platform. I promise you, it will not be used to drink any unnecessary wine, do any type of drugs, or anything of irresponsibility. Is going to the business. Like I have a camera right here that's going to be connected later. I spent over $6,000 with the camera. 6,000. Not coming from doing YouTube videos, it's coming from working out there, working hard. So yes, the donations really help. I appreciate it. Someone said cover Meg and Tory case. Well, because it's on the West Coast, there are other reporters out there that I will leave that one to them because there are people that are covering it from TMZ that are out there already. And I don't really need to be out there, but I will do some type of reporting on it because it's an interesting story. He shot me in the foot. No, maybe it was the friend who shot me in the foot. Who shot who in the foot? Who's not talking? Who's talking? So it's interesting. Spit and Fire. Good morning. Good afternoon. Appreciate you spitting fire. You're always supporting the channel. You're always supporting the channel. Shout out to Love of a Life. I love your coverage of the trial. Congrats on the grandbaby. Yes. My grandbaby name is Leo. I didn't have a second. I thought my daughter was going to call my grandbaby my name. And then I thought my other daughter was going to call the grandbaby my name. But those are girls, so I don't really my daughter's name, But yeah. She called my grandbaby's name is Leo. Okay. Okay. All right. She and I got to talk, but that's another conversation. But my grandbaby's healthy, very healthy, and we're going to call him Leo. But she's a Taurus, but my grandbaby's Leo. How about that? That's right. Someone said CNN. I thought that's funny. That's funny. I'm gonna read it, but it's not super. It's not super chat. I'm gonna read it anyway. CNN is across the street from the courthouse. Donna Lemon. I see. They see. I'm not going to disparage the man's name. Don Lemon is not covering this. Thanks for the cover. I appreciate that. Yeah, I gotta audit the comment before I read the comment. That is funny. Okay, that's funny. You know, I thought the way they covered the New Year's in New York, New Year's Eve in New York was kind of crazy. Um, I didn't really like how Andy Cohen was bashing the former mayor, and I mean, it was that's a now that wasn't cyberbullying. That was television bullying because the mayor couldn't defend the former mayor couldn't defend himself. So I thought that was really, you know, would he have done that on his platform, Andy Cohen Live, or would he have done that on his platform? No, you got on CNN and bash the former mayor. I just thought that was uncool, But hey, people thought it was funny. Hey, I love that. I love that. My grandbaby is going to be as courageous and regal as a lion. Yeah, yeah. And my daughter, let me just say about my daughter, not too much about my daughter. Or I would just say that she did 8 years in the Navy with rank. And when I used to go to her pinnings, they have these pinning ceremonies, and I look at all the people in the crowd, like higher ranks are in the front. When I saw my daughter, because I didn't know that she had ascended that far in the military until I actually went there. She's like in the front with a lot of white boys there. In the Navy, it's a lot of white boys in the Navy, and she's on the front of all like a stream of we went on this boat and everything. So a stream of military personnel. She's all in the front. I'm like, wow, that's just beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna read this. Shout out to I don't want to jack your name, but it sounds like Braille. Is it true that Georgia law for defamation punitive damages is capped at uh, $250,000? I don't know the answer to that. Uh, I don't think so because already it would have to be. You had lawyers' fees is over that right now. Cardi's legal fees is over that already. So but that's just the defamation part. So you have punitive, compensatory, and legal fees. And Cardi has paid over 250,000 in legal fees already. I mean, you have top guns in the courtroom, and she going for the win. No, the jury. I don't know whoever's been joining in. The jury hasn't been sent for deliberation. They'll be closing arguments on Monday at 9:30, and then judge will charge the jury. Then it'll be a verdict watch. And I tell you what, I don't have much nails, but they may not. My nails might be going on this verdict watch. I mean, watching even the verdict of not OJ, but R. Kelly, the verdict watch was like, wow. And guys, this is very important. The R. Kelly trial. So I want to be clear. The R. Kelly trial. I was the first one that broke the news of that verdict in New York, and I'll tell you how I did it. Well, I don't know if I should give you the technique. No, I'm not going to tell you. Let's just say that I was the first one to broke it. The news when the verdict came in. Uh, Sylvia was in the courtroom. Actually, Sylvia, infamous Sylvia was in the courtroom when the verdict was announced. But let's just say I positioned myself where I need to be in order for me to be able to get the news out there. So yeah, that's a fun fact. And then I'm gonna start posting some links of some stories that I've covered in the past, which you guys probably didn't know. And I'm going to share it on one of my. I might put it in this description box here, just so you guys get an update on some of the biggest stories I covered. That you probably say, "Oh, this is a great story. I'm going to talk about it." Right? Okay, we're gonna do that. How about that? I didn't cover the Jennifer Hugh case against Nicki Minaj, so I can't really talk about it. I didn't even cover it, so I can't talk about it. Let me see if I missed somebody. I apologize for that. I did. Wait a minute. I did miss you. Hold on. Love of life. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. My grandbaby appreciate you as well. Okay, I got you spitting fire. Got you. All right. Mm. If someone said something, I'm not gonna repeat, but I would say that I always suspected that. I always suspected that because I don't know. I don't know. Like my generation, I'm like probably 20 years older than Tasha, um, and we never rock like that. And I don't think even this generation, for the most part, do some of the things that she does. Um, but what is interesting is that there are a lot of people that follow her. They follow her. They want to hear that stuff. But I think she might lose some followers, subscribers rather, because people don't like to be lied to. I mean, at some point, you want to look at, unless she says this is all fiction, and you guys are just looking at fiction, then that's cool. But you put it out as fact, like when you said, and this was an interesting piece of testimony. You said that you're on deposition. You said you're not a journalist. You said that in deposition, but you told your subscribers that you are a journalist. So you were making a mockery of the profession by lying to subscribers and contributing to more fake news dialogue. That's what you were doing. That's what you were really doing. You were lying to your subscribers. You were contributing to the negative backlash that reporters who actually do the work get, and journalists and those who are writers that are doing good work. So when you told your subscribers that, and then now you say in the open court you're not a journalist, and uh, you say in one instance 98% of the stuff you put out is factual, but then in another part of the testimony, it's most of the stuff is just um what's the word you use, opinion pieces. Well, no, those are not opinion pieces. It's not an op-ed. And when you are saying things and definitively that this is real, you can't. I don't think you know that that's not. I guess you will find out soon that people don't like to be lied on, and if you're not fact checking, and if you're not doing like when Cardi said in her video that was played in the courtroom that Dika, and then she said cold sore. Dika means they said. Like she didn't say she had a cold sore. And then you testified that you Googled the Spanish version of what she said. You said you Googled the Spanish version of what she said, and you did it through Google Translation. But if you Googled it, you would have known that what she said in Spanish was Dica means they said. And if you actually did the research, you would have known that she never said that. And she said that the mark is, because of her complexion, is around her mouth. And, I mean, the jury's listened to all this. And I don't know. I think at this point, your lawyers are probably just saying, just go ahead. Just, we good. Hey, we good. Thanks for paying us. We here. We're going to stay with you. We got your check already. So we're going to stay with you. Now, what you say on that stand, we're going to tell you to do it this way. But what you say on that stand, that's on you. That's on you. Because at this point, we want to get this thing over with. We want to get this thing out of our life. They don't want to be there. And I can tell you, looking at those videos that Choke No Joke recorded, shout out to Choke No Joke for running down on the attorneys and Tasha K and getting me in the footage. Did you take it down yet, Choke? We'll talk about that later. But yeah, how about that? How about that? Your lawyers don't want to be there. They're rushing out the courtroom. I'm like, hey, can I get up? Come in, let me ask you. Come on. Well, I can ask you, the lawyer, the question. I'm not asking your client the question. Well, I did ask Shaking, why your wife throw you under the bus? How do you feel about that? Like, do you go home and talk, or you just go walk through the door and go to a separate room and you just do your video production that you upload to the site because you're 50% owners, but then you say you really don't do much, but just your wife does everything. Boy, I tell you, man. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, let's see if I have any other questions here. Well, that's funny. Uh, what Choke did. I look at it. His title. Let me talk about titles. It was a clickbait title, Choke. I'm gonna say that it was a clickbait title. I ran up on me and Tasha K. Nah, why you make it? No, it wasn't really that. It was just me trying to get footage. But the way you put it out in your title, that was pretty cute. That was really cute, buddy, from the Bronx. But anyway, I know what you were doing. I know what you were doing. Uh, I ain't flag your page yet, but no, excuse me, I ain't gonna flag your page. But yeah, I didn't run down on Tasha K. I tried to get a question asked of the attorney, uh, but she didn't want to talk. Open the door! Open the door! Let me in. I'm gonna tell you guys something else happened. There was like I didn't even know this. So I parked my car in the parking lot. Now it's tons of cars in the parking lot. Tons of cars in the parking lot. I parked my car there in the morning. I come back out after court to get back in my car. Why is Tasha K's car parked next to my car? That was like, okay. I mean, I can't get that kind of luck on a lottery ticket. But how did her car get parked next to my car? When I tell you there were a stream of cars, rows, was no parking, and I got there earlier than her, but she parked behind me. That is crazy. And the lawyer comes out. I'm gonna tell. Listen, I'm about to put the lawyer on blast. I'm about to put the lawyer on blast. He says to me, I'm getting in my car. He says to me, Dennis, again, counsel, you don't know me like that. Call me by my last name and put a Mister in front of it. That's a Sadir Sabak. He said, Dennis, you didn't scratch my car, right? Dude, you don't know me. You don't know me. Don't play with me. Yes, it was. It was like, come on, guy. Why are you parking behind me? You guys stalking me? Because now you know me by first names. You know me by first name. Like, come on. Come on. Sadir, come on. And you spoke to me, Sadir, and don't be front, Sadir. You spoke to me early on. So when you saw me again, you called me, hey Dennis, did you scratch my car? Come on. You sound like your client now. Making up stuff. Oh my God. It was just, you can't make the stuff up. Cannot make this stuff up. Oh man. I'm not married, but listen to Tasha K throwing her husband on the bus. I might be a international bachelor for a few more years. Because if you're my wife and and you're, first of all, I'm not going to allow my lawyer to allow you to be in the court testifying. I'm going to protect you. But if you happen to slip through the crack and you happen to be testifying and you throw me on the bus, you will not be riding home in that car with me. And we're probably we're going to seek a different type of attorney. That's going to be a divorce attorney. Because when you throw me on the bus in front of the judge and everything, I can really go to jail for this. You accused me of perjury. You said I lied. So you accused me of perjury and you're supposed to be my husband. I mean, my wife, and you accused me of perjury. Come on. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. I would say we can try to look at get some script writers and come up with something, but I don't want this thing to live for beyond this trial, if all possible. I don't want this thing to live beyond this trial, if all possible. It was just too much. Yo, that's funny. Fila speaks. That is funny. That is funny. That is funny. I mean, you trash your attorney. You throw your husband under the bus. You want to fight the counsel for Cardi B. young lady, you have anger management issues. You have, you want to shoot the reporter. Come on, calm down. You can make. Let's all get along here. Come on, let's all get along. Come on, be nice. No, she can't get a new trial. That's not happening. No, she's not gonna get a new trial. I mean, and I keep saying that this trial is not. But first of all, her attorneys, they may be great criminal attorneys. Now I won't say great because I don't know. If you're a great criminal attorney, I know who you are. If you're in the state of Georgia, especially Atlanta, I know the great criminal attorneys, and I can name drop. There's some really great criminal attorneys. Her name, or no disrespect, or Sadiq Sabak name doesn't ring bells in criminal law in in Georgia because I cover the high profile cases, and I know with the high profile cases you bring in the top guns. If this was your ploy to get your name out there, I wouldn't want to be attached to this case. And I think that if you look at the way this case is going, I wouldn't want to be attached to this case. And then if you were really seasoned in civil cases, you would have known what would pass the test or what would be embarrassing. Just attach your name to it, because now when they Google Tasha K lawyer, you guys are going to pop up, and I'm waiting for the memes to come up. There are going to be some memes. I saw a few memes already, but Cho got the footage. We'll talk about that later. I've seen in cases where lawyers had worked on it and the client wasn't satisfied, and the client decided not to pay. I'm not paying you. I think you did bad. But most attorneys are going to confer with their client and say, well, this is a strategy that we intend on using. We just want to let you know. Now, if you have a client who says, no, don't use that strategy. I know what I know because I know what I know. And I want to go this route. And that's probably what happened in this case. Like, you can't make someone say something that they don't feel comfortable with saying. So if the lawyers advise her to go one way, and if she tried to raise any claims with the Bar Association of ineffective counsel, they probably have great notes on the pushback that they received from her when they were trying to give her the advice. But apparently, just looking at what happened on the stand, what lawyer do you think would tell their client to, hey, don't take that, tell the judge, tell the jury that your husband did that? And did the lawyers know that she was going to give that type of testimony? It's like, okay, why are you telling your client to accuse your husband of perjury? One of you perjure yourself. One of you guys perjure yourself. That's obvious. Hold on a second, guys. I just want to shout out. Feet, come on, Fila, you're doing good. You're doing good. I appreciate that. Fila speaks. Appreciate that. Yeah, so I don't know. It was so much that like, I covered trials, and R. Kelly trial was very stressful. I tell you, because of some of the stuff I heard in the trial. Not that I'm putting weight to the testimony, because people are prepped to give testimony in open court. Very prepped, especially in a high stakes case like that. But in this case, it was like, okay, I'm sitting here listening to the witness give testimony, and I'm thinking to myself, did she pay the attorneys really, or are they doing this thing pro bono? Because who would want to be in a courtroom when you're the person that is responsible for you conveying your beliefs is allowing you to make a fool of yourself? It's just weird. Anyway. Yeah, that's my guy. Choke my guy. He's he's still gonna get invited to the barbecue. Choker's gonna get invited to the barbecue, but he gotta leave his camera at the door. We ain't doing all that. And I tell you, you come to my house, Choke. You come to my house, you're gonna have to leave your camera. I'm checking for everything, and I'm a security gonna be at the door. Pat his ass down. Excuse me, I didn't mean curse. Pat him down. We don't want to make sure you bring no cameras in there. Your phone is staying at the front. You can't do no recordings. All that documentary stuff. No. We ain't doing that. But you still my guy. Ah, man. All right, guys. All right. Let's see here. I'm flattered, by the way. I'm flattered. I'm flattered. Oh, yo, listen. Shout out to my girl, infamous Sylvia. I love that woman. I'm gonna tell you something about. I'm gonna tell you about that grind infamous Sylvia has. I met infamous Sylvia in Atlanta at a courtroom in Atlanta while I was doing my work. I met her in the courtroom, and she was doing what she does. Then I fly up to New York to cover a trial. Who do I see in New York? Infamous Sylvia. Then I'm in a trial in Atlanta. Who did I see? Well, last one was an invite. Infamous Sylvia. That's why I call grinding. She's interested in sitting here learning, getting the understanding of how the courtroom, the practices in the courtroom. She sat there. She invested her resources to come to New York. It was very expensive. Anyone that go to New York knows it's expensive. We stayed in that trial. Sylvia, how many weeks did we stay there? We stayed there, I think about almost 2 weeks. And put some respect on her name. Understand that she's spending her money to do this. Understand that she's spending her money to do this because she wants to bring the information back. There's a lot of people that can't travel for one reason or another. Plus, we're in a quasi pandemic. And when people like her are able to travel and do this, I put much respect on her because I know it's hard because I do this. And I've been doing this for many, many years. The fact that she's doing it now, I say it's very commendable of her, and I support her wholeheartedly. So yeah, show some love. Can I get some more likes in here? I see we have 1,700 people here on this live. Can we transfer some of that energy over to the likes? Can we do that? Can we just transfer some of that? Just go ahead. It doesn't hurt to like it. I can see it. Bring those numbers up. Let's bring those numbers up. I challenge you to bring it up to 1,000. I challenge you. While you're watching, just go over there, move your mouse to the right, bring the numbers up. You can do it. I know you can do it. If you are enjoying the content, it motivates me to bring the content to you when I see the likes there. Because I just don't want people to sit on the sideline. That's the problem a lot of times. We sit on the sideline. We don't give people their roses while they are around. And we just watch. Get engaged. I appreciate the comments. Show some more love on the likes. Let's see if we can get it. We got 1756. Let's see if we can get the likes to 1,000. Let's see if we get the likes to 1,000. I know you can do it. If you got 1742 there, get the likes to 1,000. No hate. Just get the likes to 1,000. Just do that for me. We're almost there. Look at that. 894. Can we get another? Oh, we are 9. Come on. All I need is 93. Come on. Give me 93. We got 909. Let's go. 909. Let's get that thing up. Let's get it up. Pause. 914. Let's go. Come on. I know we get us 1,000. I believe in you guys. I believe you guys are going to support someone really trying to bring the information to you. Let's just move it over a little bit. We don't have that far to go. We do not have that far to go. 938. We almost there. We are almost there. Let's get it to 1,000. Give me 1,000. Give me 1,000. Because that is so motivating. Guys, I appreciate that. 953. I know we got 47 more to go. We got 45 more to go. Let's go. Come on. 45 people right there on that side. Let's bring those numbers over here with the likes. We got 965. Can I get 971? Come on. Can I get 1,000? I need 1,000. Can I get 1,000? Can I get 1,000? 1,000 here? Come on. Let me get 1,000. We got 978. 978. Let's get it a little high. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. 984. Oh, God, I'm feeling good now. 984. That's beautiful. 992. 992. Come on, guys. I just need 8 more. Oh, my God. We there. We did it. A round of applause to the likes. Salute to the likes. I appreciate that. That's huge. I appreciate that. And I'm coming back. I got to go to Best Buy. I got to get some little more tools because those likes are motivating me. They're motivating me. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, guys. I totally appreciate that. Because that tells me you support what I do. And that tells me that you guys are interested in we giving you the information as it's made available. I appreciate that. You guys, you think I should be an auctioneer? I've been enough auctions. I love auctions. I love auctions. I used to go to the computer auction. I go to the car auctions. I go to the antiques. You know, I got some nice antiques around here, by the way. Natalie, Denise, appreciate you. I appreciate you, Natalie, Denise. And my grandbaby appreciate you as well. Yes. Come on. Come on. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. You know, I love a balance, you know, like debits and credits. We got 1622. We got 1031. Has it ever been a parallel of the watchers and the lights to 1609? Has it ever been that? I don't know, but has it? If it has, I appreciate it. You got 1597 here. Some are leaving, some are coming in. Okay, let's go. That's beautiful. I'll read some more of these. Someone said I'm begging for likes. Hey, listen, it's if it ain't up, it's down. Let's keep it up. How about that? My goodness. Man, Choke, when Choke come to my house, he's gonna sign a non-disclosure. Yeah, definitely sign an NDA. He's getting patted down. We patting him down. We're gonna swat. We got, you know, my security when I do my events, they bring the wands and everything. So yeah, he don't get in that part. He's just gonna be coming in to enjoy himself. He ain't gonna be. Oh, I was at this party. You ain't got no proof unless my photographer tell you, you know, take your picture. But you're not bringing your cameras to my party. You my guy, but you're not bringing no cameras. I'm telling you, when I saw that video, Choke, what are you doing, Choke? I'm not the story, Choke. My goodness. I'm like, dude, what are you doing here? Like, why is the camera in my face? Why are you recording my interview? What are you doing? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Shout out to the main team. Let's do that. The maintenance man. The maintenance man. Shout out to the maintenance man. Shout out to the maintenance man. I might need a handyman. I gotta get some bulbs changed in my house. Yeah, someone said it was ambush journalism. Yeah, I felt. So let me explain. Let me put this in context. I don't know if I did okay, but I'm talking to my legal colleague in Q&A. So I'm sitting there. I'm talking to her. You can look at the footage. Then all of a sudden, I see this camera right there recording it. I'm like, I'm gonna keep my cool because I didn't want to interrupt anything that was going on as far as what she had to say. And she was also like, what's going on, Dennis? What's going on? Okay. Let's just act like we don't see him. Maybe it'll go away. Let's act like we don't see him. So anyway, you know, he's recording. I'm like, okay. In his defense, he was trying to help me get followers. In his defense, he was trying to help me get more subscribers. But that's my guy. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the closing arguments. The closing arguments in this case is going to be pivotal for either side. And the closing. It's the closing for me. It's the closing for me. And the judge has already ruled that each side gets 1 hour to do the closing. Um, 1 hour. I don't know if that was fair, but Judge William Ray, I get it. You're tired of being here. This is not a complicated case. When the judge said this is not a complicated case, what was he signaling? Is it not a complicated case for the plaintiff or for the defense? But it's 1 hour, 1 hour. And he might have given them, Sylvia, did he give him a little more time? Because I believe he said 1 hour. And I want to tell you guys, I covered the R. Kelly case, and the closing for the government was 6 hours, and the rebuttal was 3 hours. So 1 hour for closing. We said here 2 weeks. Maybe we should give him a little more time, It was something I heard during the argument about the charging of the jury. But he was deferring to Georgia law, and as it relates to defamation and the this the standard in which a celebrity is viewed in the Georgia state law versus federal law. And again, so people can understand, this case is only in federal court because Cardi lived in another jurisdiction and Tasha lived in another jurisdiction. And you got to be able to put your hand on people in order for you to bring it to the court. You got to be able to get them in front of a judge, and the paperwork is the necessary tool to do that. So yeah, the recorder doesn't want to be recorded. Yeah, I thought about that too. I thought about that too. I thought about that. The recorder doesn't want to be recorded. That's funny. Is that you? Okay. Yeah, so much to say about that lady, but I'm not going to say it. She said it for herself. Sometimes you can dig your own ditch, and no one else have to say anything. You can dig your own ditch, no one has to say anything, and this might be the case. That case. Who goes first? Someone said, "Do I know who go first?" Well, it's the plaintiff's case, so the plaintiff goes first in their closing, then the defense follows. And I wonder who will deliver. I don't know that yet. Who's going to deliver the closing? We won't know that until Monday. But it'll be interesting. I think I'm a guess for closing. I'm going to guess Sarah might do the closing for Cardi. I think Sarah's going to do the closing for Cardi. And I think Olga will do the closing for Tasha. Just based on what I saw with the opening of the defense. That's my guess. That's my guess. Well, I'm hearing people are flying in town for this. They're flying in town. They're coming from all over. Well, it ain't gonna be no seats in that courtroom on Monday. Yeah, ain't gonna be no seats in that courtroom on Monday. I might have to reach out to the U.S. Marshal, see if I can sleep there on Sunday night, maybe. But just don't sit in my seat. My seat is over there to the door. Do not sit in my seat, guys. You come in there, just know I need a seat in the courtroom. I did see something else while I was in the courtroom. There were two fans that came out. I don't know who they were. I didn't ask their name, but when Cardi came out during the break, they start doing some. Hey, Cardi, how you doing, Cardi? Okay, yeah, I can't do it. Okay, you know how Cardi does it. But the fans were there. Cardi, I just love, I love you. That was beautiful. And Cardi, you know, Cardi acknowledged them, but the fans weren't getting near her because security wasn't allowing that to happen. And Cardi got some big, well, one of us a road manager, but Robbie Shelton is also a big guy. He ain't letting it happen to Cardi either. Robbie's held Cardi down, as well as a 350-pound steroid. I'm saying he got steroids, but you look like he took some steroids, brother. And this guy muscles all over the place. He ain't letting nothing happen to Cardi. Nothing. So all that, I do fitness and I'm ready to put hands on Cardi. That wasn't happening. Crap, that wasn't happening to me. I'm right next to you guys. Like, what's up? Like, what are you doing? Everything we good? We good? We're in the cafeteria. Are we good, guys? The lawyer and the husband, again, I feel like they stalking me because I was in the cafeteria about to order my food. And who walks up? The lawyer and Shekna, Sabak and Shekna walks up. I'm like, okay. So me being a gentleman, I told them that I will pay for their food. I said, I will pay for you guys' food. They didn't set my offer. I don't know why, but at least I offered. I'm just trying to be a nice guy. Then money may become short soon, and I just want to just extend myself. I don't know. Offer you some food. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. I don't eat red meat at all, so you might be getting some. I'm not vegan, but I'm definitely fish and turkey. But I don't eat any red meat at all. Had a bad experience eating red meat. Red meat. Ugh. I used to eat London brawl, filet mignon, all that. But when you get older, it start catching up to you. And then I do these shots now. These ginger shots are. Yeah, I've been doing that for years, but I do these shots and everything to kind of clean you out. That's right. Shout out to Tanika Henderson. Possible landmark case. Ty, thank you for the courage. Oh, I thought it was a tie. Thank you for the courage. Yeah, appreciate you too. Thank you for the chat, super chat. I appreciate that as well. Let me see if I missed someone. I think I might have missed someone. Sometimes I'm not looking to the right. Let's see what I missed. Oh, Julie Nicholas. Thank you very much. Thank you for my grandbaby. No, that's nice. That's nice. Not just one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 grandkids, but that's the newest one to the family. 2 girls and 2 boys. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's see here. All right. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate that. Pretty dope. I didn't see the question. Why should both parents be in this mess? Why should both parents be in this mess? Are you saying why should Tasha and Cardi? Are you saying that? Um, well, one is trying to protect. She's a parent trying to protect her kids as well as herself, and the other one cusses in videos with kids in the background, all that crazy nonsense. Guys, I want to say something to you. I'm over 50, and my mother has never, ever heard me curse. She's never heard me curse in her whole life. So it's weird to me when this generation are cursing around their parents and saying, just talking freely. But now sometimes I attribute that to how the parents are with their kids and how they are sometimes being too friendly with the kids. Too friendly. Friendly. You can be a parent, you can be friendly with your kids, but there should be a standard in which they know that you know if I say something, and you can't tell the kids to do something or not to do something if you're doing it, but you got to show the respect to the kids as well. So when you're cussing around kids, they tend to adapt stuff like that. If you screaming, fighting around the kids, they're going to adapt to stuff like that. So it's a learned behavior. Clearly, it's a learned behavior. And so my point is, I don't really, my mother's never heard me curse, never, you know, never. Now my stepdad, he heard me curse once or twice for a good reason. We're not talking about that, but he did hear me curse once or twice. So, guys and gals, I'm about to leave, but if you guys think I should do this more often, I won't say give me a like. You gave me a like already, so I guess that you respond. I was gonna say give me a one, but you gave me all those likes, and I appreciate that. I gotta hit Best Buy. I gotta get some tools. I want to show you the set. I want to show you the setup here. If you look at this camera, right? Oh my goodness. Hold on a second here. Let me grab this. It's not hooked up yet, but it's gonna be by today. I want to smell that. Let me still get that over here. Let me bring this thing over here. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, let me grab this here. Let's see if I can grab this. We got this tool here. Let me grab this thing. It's pretty heavy. Ooh, oh, this thing heavy. Ah, got that gun in here. Woo, woo, woo. So we ain't playing. I just want to give you a little teaser. But I collect cameras anyway, and I like to get the latest and the greatest. Jennifer Lifestyle, appreciate you. You choke, no joke, and the lead have a different dynamic. Listening to all three of you collectively gives me such a perspective, like I'm in the courthouse. Perspective matters, you know, because we all do. We all have our style of way we do things, and don't exclude Sylvia, Jennifer Lifestyle, because she too has contributed to providing content. You know, because if I walk out the courtroom and someone else hears it, then I have to, defer to that person, and also shout out to Law 360 and the young lady who's covering it as well. So that's why, in my opinion, and I've spoke about this on panels, I think the courtroom should be open. It should be cameras allowed in the courtroom. Um, but here's the risk there. When you hit like cameras shouldn't be allowed uh, in some family court cases. Shouldn't be allowed in there because then you're talking about kids and you're talking about the relationships that are occurring, and there's some abuse there. So I don't think cameras should be allowed in certain type of testimony. That's why they have, like, for the children in family court cases, they have these which is called guardian ad litems, and they tend to look out for the interests of the child. But in criminal cases, cameras need to be there. In most civil cases, 99% of civil cases, cameras should be in the courtroom because it keeps not only the lawyers honest, it keeps the judge honest, it keeps everyone honest. And I've covered probably more cases with cameras than most in Atlanta. I have some of the most video coverage, and probably the only one in Atlanta as an independent journalist that have more video coverage in courtrooms in Atlanta. And that's because I always believe that the information should be shared to the world. And I don't like, and there's something else I'm gonna tell you I don't like. When I cover cases with a camera, I like to put the whole case out there, gavel to gavel, not take a portion to, you can't really give people an opportunity to view the case uh in its totality by giving portions. And then sometimes you can skew the story when you don't give allow the cameras in the courtroom. But if you look at the cases now on Court TV uh, or the show that is covering one of my cases, Rural Crimes of Atlanta, uh, the cameras are so powerful. It tells a story, and if just think about this. If there were cameras in the courtroom when Tasha K was giving that testimony, just think about that for 1 minute. If the cameras were in the courtroom when she was giving her testimony, just think about that. Just think about her saying to the world, because the cameras got reached millions of people. The stuff she said about the husband, stuff she said about Cardi, them playing the video in the courtroom, there was a lot of vulgarity in it. Just think about the impact that would have had. And in that case, I didn't think cameras should be in that particular case because there's too much stuff being said. You're showing pornography in the courtroom. So no, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I don't know on code always. Maybe I missed something you said, but I don't know what you said anyway. Shorty, I hear you, Shorty, but don't bash them. Don't bash Sylvia and choke. Maybe choke a little bit, but not Sylvia. But I hear you. I hear you. You have your right to your opinion. This is America. We're not in Russia. You have a right to your opinion. Uh, Sylvia Edwards, I'm going to say I don't I don't buy that, and I don't think Sylvia said that is a win for Tasha K. I know Sylvia didn't say it was a win for Tasha K. I know she didn't say that because guess what? I talked to her in the courtroom. I talked to her. I know she didn't say that. Absolutely. Again, shout out to Tiffany, my mod. She's wonderful. Tiffany only please. Shout out to Tiffany. And while I laugh about some of the things that are occurring, this is a serious case. And I make no light of that. Very serious case. But when you hear stuff that is just so outrageous and poorly planned testimony, it just makes you laugh, especially when you cover trials all the time. Um, the judge had some humor too. Shout out to Judge William Ray. He had some humor in the courtroom too. Uh, he did. Um, I wasn't too. I don't know if you threw a bone to the defendants, but the your reasoning, I get it, but then part of it I don't. Um, but we'll see what the final charging of the jury will be. But I think you've been a fair judge. I think you've been a fair judge, uh, and I just hope the comment you made about Olga won't be used as an appeal issue, barring this case goes the distance. I just hope that doesn't be a factor and they raise that because I mean, I know you were so frustrated, like many of us, Judge William Ray, but we just got to listen to it. We got to try to maintain our composure. I know how you felt. I mean, you're a seasoned attorney, judge, and when you hear certain things that you just know that this is something that should have been done in the first year of law, I get it. I get it. But I wish you would probably said it out of the earshot of the jury, um, because you don't want to. Because in the car, you could turn around and say, "Hey, Your Honor, when you said that, the jury felt sympathetic to Tasha K's defense." So it can go both ways. It can go both ways. It can go both ways. Um, so yeah, we just have to, it's over as far as the the evidence and they rested. But yeah, it was some contentious times in that courtroom, moments in the courtroom. Yeah, I thought so too. I thought there was some bone throwing. It was some things that I felt uncomfortable about what was being said, from the bench. Um, and I said, like, come on. But he did say this is a easy case. He did say that. And I would like to wrap my mind around that. He said this is an easy case to decide. Something to that effect. So this is an easy case. ICU and choke, there's mainstream media there. Okay, shout out to Rodney Williams. What's up, Rodney? What's up? I see you and Cho there. Is mainstream media there? Uh, yeah, mainstream media is there because I also, obviously report for TMZ, so I would consider that mainstream. Everyone has picked up the TMZ story. Everyone's picked up that story, and it's been picked up by the biggest New York Times, uh, I don't know, the Times, the Page Six, the Daily Mail, and a bunch of other outlets. So it's been picked up by a lot of people. It's been picked up by a lot of people. Yeah, if AP picked it up, they picked it up from me. Absolutely. Someone asked, that's a good question. Do I think that Tasha K, Transrena, right? Transrena, that's a middle name, will be charged with perjury? Well, that's depending how hard the plaintiff push, and then the judge, he may entertain it. But I think that at this point, uh, let's just get this case over with. I mean, it's obvious the woman lies. It's so obvious. She's admitted that she lies. So, I mean, the perjury would probably be a financial sanction, but her going to jail, depending upon how bad this judge feel, he may even admonish her depending on the way this verdict goes. So I don't. It's not over. Judge William Ray, you have to control your courtroom, and controlling your courtroom, you have to make people accountable when they perjure themselves on the witness stand. And I would just say that. Um, while I know the lead attorney says everyone lies in court, um, but how does that affect the fair administration of justice if people if you just accept the fact that people just lie? You know, I know people try not to get in hot water. I just see something come through. Hold on a second here. I thought I did. Um, yeah. Uh, someone said go to college if you want to be a journalist or YouTuber. Hmm. Interesting. Go to college if you want to be a journalist or a YouTuber. Is there a YouTube university, and are they just teaching the technical stuff? Because I don't think they teach you ethics and I don't know. It should if it's not, it should probably be one, and it should be someone set that standard. I don't know. There was no winos in the court. Maybe one. Anyway, why are you so biased? Why are you so biased? All right, guys, I gotta go. I keep saying that, but I really have to go. I gotta get a bite to eat. Appreciate you. Share if you care. And shout outs to the likes. 1264, and they're going up. You can't get these great numbers in Vegas. Appreciate you guys. I'm out.